welcome to the Shadows of Dreams with me and none other than Kay.
It's me.
All
It's
right,
me.
I have to put on my hood, my Alice
I've
in
got.
Wonderland to your big private hood because I'm not little. 6'2". There's nothing little.
Yeah, I braved the cold today and went out to trick or treating.
Yeah, you did. You went out trick or treating and so much fun in the cold. So hopefully you wore something nice and warm to go
I
out
did not.
in.
I had this on and it was cold, but I made it.
Bet you went home, drank you some hot liquids. Well, I hope everybody is having a great night and that Halloween is still going on for some of us, but some of us it has passed for us. But Halloween is not a one-day trip. It is a full week of the veil being thin, and as it starts to thicken, we still have to go through those times. So, guys, we'll be sharing and showing costumes all week long. I hope you guys enjoy them and all the shows that we have. We've got some great stories that are coming forth. The astrology breakdown tomorrow night. We've got some great information to share with you. Also, on the astrology breakdown, we're going to have Energy join us with Squirrel and myself. So it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So I can't wait for you guys to check that out. And guys, do know that if you have an amazing a dream that you don't understand or something you would like to know about your dream, go ahead and write down your dreams as you see the Son of Squirrel doing currently right now, explaining their dream. Go ahead and explain that dream to us so that way we can analyze it for you and help you understand what that dream meant and which direction it was going for you or what was going on in your life for you to have that dream. Because you dream in symbolism.
Yep.
So it's kind of like reading hieroglyphics. What the hell does this mean? What does it mean to you? Let's find out.
Let's point it all out. I love getting into the dreams too because they're all juicy and find out all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. And right now we've got the Son of Squirrel going ahead and posting their dream for us right now. So we're going to start this one off, guys. Make sure you guys are sharing us out far and wide as you can and letting us know about those dreams. And I know some of you out there go, you know what, Journey, I don't dream. The thing is you do dream. But when we understand and accept our dreams, we don't remember them because what the information that was given to us from our subconscious, we accepted and understood. So it's not that you're not dreaming because we dream every night because we have to process every night. That is your downtime. That is for you to process everything that you've been with and how we deal with things. Those who actually don't get to that realm of sleep where they can have those dreams, they tend to wake up very angry and very grouchy and discombobulated and not feeling like they've had any sleep whatsoever. So when you wake up on those days and you realize that you're groggy and you're pissed off at the world, you never made it to that full dream state. So just a little fun fact.
Little bit of sugar.
Something. And I thought some great information here. So how we're going to do this, Ken's going to start this one off, and I'm going to start the next one off, but we will both communicate on what we see with these dreams. Okay, are you ready to start reading into this dream?
I'm ready. Let's see what we got.
All right, let's go.
All right, so Son of Squirrel says, here's a recent one for you guys. I was at a new job with my friend Missile and some lady. The job involved computers and image editing. At one point, the lady asked if I'd be comfortable working with AI images, which I wasn't too sure about, but I didn't want to be fired, so I tried to talk to Missile about it. Eventually, I started trying it anyways, but things started coming in looking distorted and wrong, nonsensical. This distortion started bleeding into real life. The buildings and businesses took place in a convoluted circular building, had people living in there. Some of our neighbors started acting hostile and nosy towards us, getting increasingly violent as new people came up. The first two were a confused seeming man and violent woman, and we started having to dispatch we started having to dispatch. As I returned, I saw people that I'd seen before wandering and following me around. I had to run from them. I got back to Missile and the lady and told them they were coming back, and we all agreed there was nothing we could do and just closed the doors and sat down and waited for inevitable deaths. We were calm about it, like we were immediately accepted that there was nothing we could do but sit close and keep each other company until the end. Okay. Also, hi guys. So sorry that was so long. No worries. So we don't mind it being long. Did some of I believe they all sent. If you did see that there was something that didn't send, feel free to go ahead and send that in. The main thing that sticks out to me is the distorted reality, right? So I feel as though there's some things that, in a sense, I feel like that may be being forced, or there may be that pressure that's coming in for you to do a certain thing or to be a certain way. But also just this concept, when we think of a distorted idea, that you're almost kind of being forced into a situation that you don't want to be in, and that your reality is not quite as it may seem. So that the appearance of what something's coming across, it's almost as if someone's being deceptive in your life, or that there was something that was going on that may not have been as it may have appeared. Also, being pushed to do something that you don't necessarily want to do. Sunnis Girl says, there was a skeletal black heron that attacked as well. I chased it outside and came back in, and that's when I realized that the people we killed were coming back. Okay. Also, there's some correlation, I would say, to some of maybe some things that you've seen or heard that we're kind of trickling into, because those fears that kind of come up of knowing that there's this death that's coming, but not being able to do anything, that lack of control, the lack of stability that you must have felt. And then the people around you, what were their relationships like to you, especially in that time, that these were the support systems that you were around, especially even in the end, if you will, because you knew that it was coming, but these were the people who were there. What kind of support did they offer in your life? What sense of comfort do they bring you? Seeing the different birds, those can oftentimes be symbols or signs of something, a message that you're supposed to be receiving or coming in. So I kind of feel like a lot of this was you kind of almost being shown something. It gives a lot of premonition-like vibes to me, but you were being shown something to show you that, hey, this may not be the way that it's supposed to go, or hey, that someone's kind of pushing you in this direction that you don't necessarily need to be in, because this will lead to this negative end. Sunnis Girl says, it was the night before Mom left back for Texas. Missile and I recently reconnected and are very close. So even see that there, that lack of stability, your mom leaving, that was something that was a distorted reality of what you were used to, of the things that you wanted, the norm, if you will. So it almost seems as though there was just a lot of things that were kind of circling in that needed to kind of shift out and come into true focus for you, because it feels like there was a lot of forced situations that were kind of happening. All right, I'm not going to take it all up. I'll leave some for Journey. I'll go ahead and pass it over.
All right. So, Son of Squirrel, when it comes down to this dream and the way that it was coming to me, and the symbolism that you used in this in the dream, the AI situation and the identity to art too. So what it did was also bring in something that your friend Missile must have been communicating, worrying about how AI's art would take over those who are actually artists, and that the death of the actual artist would be like, this is the end. Just like the writers thought with AI that this was going to destroy writers, because AI would now start writing all of our books and doing all that. So there is that same comparison to that. But as what Kay was saying, is your mom, happened to go back on this trip, it distorts your life, because it's not something you're used to. You're used to her being there all the time, but now you've had to live apart. You've had to live separately from her. It is a bother to you. And so that is playing a part in it too. So it feels like Kay was saying, that premonition type energy, plus you know, what was happening in your regular life. So I kind of felt like there was a lot of daytime stuff that was being all forced into this dream, but they all had the same realities. And that was coming to an end to something. All things were changing. Your mom leaving was another change. The way AI is bringing in this art is a change. Killing people and they're coming back. The killing the monsters and them coming back. It always feels like we can get around it this time, but all of a sudden it comes back. There's always something haunting around the corner. Even though we've destroyed something that we thought we destroyed, it comes back bigger, better, and stronger. And you guys have to continue to keep overcoming all of the challenges. So what those zombies or monsters or whatever those were in your dream were challenges that you need to overcome. These challenges come from many directions, and they could be challenges you've already faced. So there's a lot that goes there that makes you feel that way. Set of Squirrel says that makes a lot of sense. It's like all stuff that seems to be changing in a big way. That isn't necessarily great. But the thing is that what you're doing is you're preparing your mind to allow these changes to happen so you can adapt. You're looking for ways to adapt, and that's what I feel like this dream was about, is about adaptation, learning how to deal with the things that surround you so you can, you know, handle it. So when the time comes, you're prepared. You're not hit blindly with all the things that are happening around you. So make sure that you are, you're doing what you need to do for yourself, and, you know, taking in that just because change is happening doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad thing. It will take some time. He said it was super unsettling how accepting we all were of thinking we were going to die. But the thing is that you weren't going to die. What was ending, so because it's kind of like the death card in tarot. It doesn't necessarily mean death. It means the ending to a situation and the beginning of something new. So what is happening right now in the world that you see around you currently, that has completed. So yes, that is coming to its end. That's where the dying or death comes in. But as you've seen, it all rose back up, meaning that once you get to where you're supposed to be, there's going to be new challenges ahead. And because they're new challenges, you're unaware of what they've adapted to or what type of challenges you're going to be facing. But when we face challenges, we automatically get anxiety, and those anxieties can get the best of us. And I really feel like that's why the death of fighting these creatures was so intense, but you guys were ready to take on the challenge and knew that you were not scared to die because you know that you will survive all the challenges that were being brought your way. So yeah, there's a lot in that one. There's a lot in that one. Yeah. Like you were saying, it was the things that were going on in this life, but you were getting the premonition part, and I was like, oh yeah. You know, I sit in the back and bite my nails the whole time you're reading, because I'm like, son of a bitch, I was going to say, but you know,
we do that to each other.
I did it. And some Squirrel says, all right, thank you for the insight. You guys all are always so patient with my. Hey, these dreams, dreams don't make sense to other people. And they barely make sense to you. Those are the ones you remember, the ones that don't make sense to you. That's why we're here to help you understand them. But they are random. And again, symbolism like crazy. Symbolism like crazy. All right. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. I had to take this allergy medicine, and it gets me caught now like crazy.
Listen, I get that too, so I understand. I'll be sipping water away.
Not the good kind. It's not the good kind of cottonmouth, all right? All right, guys, let's keep it going. And thank you, Son of Squirrel. We appreciate your dreams. They're always amazing. They're very detailed. We love that about the way you explain your dreams. It makes it a hell of a lot easier for us to dive deep and to take a look at the things that stand out for you and where you are in your situation. So And we learn about you. Believe it or not, when you guys tell us about your dreams, we actually learn things about you, and what you're going through tells us more about who you are as a person and your characteristics.
Yep.
And that's not a bad thing. All right, so let's go ahead and take our next dream. I'm going to pull it up and get my big ass on the screen all by myself. All right, we got Karina. Karina says, hello, both. To you both, I am one of those that don't remember many dreams, but often I have, and sometimes still do, wake up while saying help, help. And also one of those who talk in my sleep. Also, for a lot of my life, I would wake up many times during sleep, which I'm thinking would affect my abilities to get to the dream state of sleep. I rarely dream of anyone I know. The dreams that you from what I'm gathering here from the dreams that you have, the help, that is usually something that is telling you that you may possibly, I would say, need to see a doctor or something to that nature about something that's physically going on with you. Your body's telling you, help, help, I need you to go and see somebody. There could be, something that is there's like an underlining problem here that you need to go. Maybe it's your eyes, maybe you got a pain in the foot, or you got a pinched nerve, whatever that is going on in your you're subconsciously trying to tell yourself. When it comes to not remembering a lot of your dreams, it's because you're understanding the symbolism that the dream is trying to provide for you. So that's why you're not remembering everything, because the parts of the dream that you're getting, you're absorbing. So you don't have to remember that part because you've processed it. That means it's gone to its folder in your mind's computer, and it knows where it needs to be. You get your understanding from it and you move on. So that's not something you have to remember. The parts where you're waking yourself up out of your dreams, I don't feel when you're waking yourself up, that is not you dreaming. You're astral projecting, and you're seeing people that you don't know, because there is something called a dream walker. And what happens in their dream state is they astral project into other people's dreams. And they start walking around, and they have no clue who these people are, but they're just walking around. But in these dreams, I need you to look for something that is familiar to you. There will always be your anchor. So let's say you always see a yellow sign in all these dreams, but you didn't realize it, but now you're hearing it and recognizing, yeah, that yellow sign is always in every single one of my dreams. That is your anchor. Touch it and you will go home. You will not have to wake up. But what's happening is you feel like you can't leave other people's dreams, and you're startling yourself awake to make sure that you can come back. You don't have to put that type of stress on you. It's not necessary. Karina says, yes, it's crazy. And so you're astral projecting. It's in your dream state. So look for your anchor. It's always going to be in every single one of these dreams. No matter if you walk into somebody else's dream, your anchor follows you. You've just got to find it. But I'm not going to just sit here and take all the time and the credit. I'm going to give some of that to Kay.
Well, I barely have anything left to say on that one, but but no, I much do agree. I do have to say that whenever you're not remembering certain things or whatever, it may not be for you to have to decipher in that moment. Also, sometimes a dream may come back in our present day, like when there's something going on. It's suddenly we can recall a certain thing, or suddenly this makes sense, that deja vu like moment. So don't discredit just because you don't remember fully anything, or you don't have dreams that you can recall so quickly, because you may not have a reason to. Also, when you're seeing a lot of the same things, again, I much say I'll agree that there is some sorts of meaning into that. And you want to kind of follow those paths that you sent or you see, or the trends that you see. If you're seeing these specific people, why are you seeing them? What is it that maybe you need to solve or resolve in regards to them? I would take time to, look at that. Also, what do those people mean to you, and what do those things mean? What can you do as far as getting yourself more grounded in regards to your dreams? Because you can have some sense of control over that. Depends on how you're resting as well too. So I would say all of those things play a part into this. But don't throw it off just because you don't remember your dream fully, hon. Uh, Take time because, like I said, those things can sometimes pop up. And just like Journey said, you definitely have those anchors in your dream. So you can follow those. You can utilize those for your own advantage and use those whenever you're like, I'm trying to get back, or I'm trying to make sense of this dream, or I want to get to this resolution. You can utilize what you've seen in those other dreams and take those into account to this dream now that you're having presently. Okay. So I definitely hope that helps, and thank you so much. Okrina says, thank you so very much. You're so welcome. Thank you.
All right. She also said, okay, sounds helpful. Yeah, definitely using your anchor in your dream. That way you don't have to startle yourself up, even in nightmares, guys. I know when we're in nightmares, we panic and we're rushing around and we're trying to figure things out. But you will always see your anchor, even in your nightmares. Touch it, you will leave. You will leave the nightmare. It will reprocess, and you will reprocess the same information, just in a different way.
Yep.
And hopefully it's not another damn nightmare.
We don't like that. We're like, get me out of here.
We can do that to ourselves because what we're doing is we're adding anxiety to the dream state. And if we've gone to sleep, that's why you know the old saying, never go to sleep mad, never go to sleep while you're worried. There's a reason for it, because of the dreams that you put in your head. And also if you have a dream with that anxiety and it doesn't scare you awake and you absorb that, you just absorbed all that anxiety. You accepted your anxiety. So you need to make sure to try to calm yourself down before going to bed, or not go to bed mad. Allow yourself to understand why things happen the way they were. You may not be happy about it, but don't go to bed like that. And Karina says, oh God, yes. Yeah, no anxiety. Don't accept anxiety.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Our fears can definitely play into our dreams heavy.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, go ahead and if you have a dream that you would like to talk about and share with us, we're going to be here for just a little bit longer, and we'll get to those. We'll get to your dreams. So go ahead and post those beautiful dreams for us to take a look at. And Energy says, you look beautiful, Kay. Love your Alice in Wonderland costume.
Thank you.
I'm Big Red Riding Hood. I'm Big Red. Red. But yeah, when we dream about things too, and there was a lot of people asking questions about, when I see my aunt or I see my uncle or my grandparents in my dream, is that them coming to you? Depends on the dream and the situation, because you'll know the difference between a dream that provides a message from the spirit realm, or a dream that, because that person was in it, what is the one thing that when you see that person, what do you think of? What is that one thing that you think of when the first word that comes to mind? Because it's trying to show you that part of the dream, and they represent that to you. So if it's laughter, if it's love, if it's hatred, you all of a sudden are dreaming about somebody you couldn't stand, and the first word to your head is asshole. The situation of the person that you're thinking of, they're an asshole, and you see it, but you're not calling it out. So it's allowing you to understand that this person reminds you of this person, stay away from them. But we do have Love posting some stuff here, so let's go ahead and see what she's got to say. We're going to put Kay up on the screen.
Sure. All right. So Love says, when I was 6 at an episode, I got up, changed my clothes, and put my Pima, I don't know if that's pajamas, on the balcony rail, and I started to travel fast through the streets and was walking around a vacant home. When I got back, I forgot to change my clothes. Some hours later, my mother started shouting when my Pumas are on the balcony rail. I got up and looked at my clothes, and it scared me. Let me see the first part of that again.
I'm getting that this is more like sleepwalking versus dreaming.
Yeah. I would say this could be some parts, and we spoke about this before, about some parts of how anxiety can kind of play into that. So, losing fear, that could be the same way. Love says, so I never understood what happened. Um, that could be a lot how we have those dreams of uh being naked in front of a classroom or our teeth falling out or those things, like those very anxious like dreams. So even having your mother who's like asking you where are your things, and you kind of feeling that trepidation of where are my things, I'm leaving these things behind, but I'm not having something to return back to, or at least my things that I'm seeking, they're not there. So I would almost want to say this feels more like an anxiety driven dream. Though, when we're looking above, that means there's something that we could be needing to face, or something we need to be looking a little bit more closely at, especially the detail of what you were putting behind, leaving behind. So I maybe would take time to sit with that too. Also, the age. I believe you mentioned that you were 6 in the dream, or at that age. So that could also play a huge time or part in this as well. What is the significance of that age to you? What also was going on? What was the relationship like with your mother? So I would kind of look a little deeper into those things. But this is kind of coming across to me as kind of maybe more of an anxiety written dream than anything. But we'll see what Journey has to say.
When it came to me in the way I interpreted the situation, she says the pajama part really happened. That's when I realized I was not okay. So we're sleepwalking, is what's happening. In your dream, you were walking around in these other places. I think, what did she say? Another house or something. But you changed your clothes in your dream state. She says, yeah, sleepwalking is my thought too. Okay, so with the sleepwalking, what really happened there is in your dream, you were physically doing what you were dreaming about. And then you started walking around your house, your living room, and things of that nature. And what I got is exactly what Kay was saying: is there was anxiety, there was high. She says, yes, a vacant home. The thing is that there was high anxiety that was going on. So it sounds to me, from the way the dream is being uh, given, is that something was going on between your parents. There was a big stressor. You were feeling those pressures of a young child. And so you doing that, you reacted to it. There was fear. So it was just not just anxiety, but there was a little bit of fear there too that made you physically get up while dreaming. So you were in your dream state, but you weren't where you thought you were, because the dream had you somewhere else. Your body had you in your home. And because you were not wearing the clothes you were wearing when you went to sleep, your mom was like, you changed your clothes. And that made you realize that you really did change your clothes, what gave you the idea to know that you were sleepwalking. And she put, yes, I would feel much anxiety as a child. There must have been some arguments or a lot of pressure that would make you feel guilty, or to a point where you wanted to run away. You were trying, that's why you're walking through this vacant home, is because you're trying to run away from your problems. You were trying to run away from what you felt you were causing a problem. But these problems were not because of you. These problems were adult problems that a 6-year-old should not be having to face. So it's exactly what Kay said. Those anxieties, and what was your connection to your mom at that time? Did you feel anxieties with her? But it also created fear to a point where you felt that you needed to leave the situation. So she said, yes, makes sense. But yeah, I totally agree with you on this one, Kay. There's anxiety, there's fears, which that fear made her actually physically do the actions that she was dreaming about. But the reality was, it wasn't a vacant home. She was just walking around her bedroom, walking
Walk
up and down,
around, yeah.
just putzing around the house. But her mind was showing her a vacant house.
Almost in the sense trying to get control in your present life because you started that sleepwalking.
And I guarantee you she sleepwalks from time to time. Those who sleepwalk when the anxieties are high, they don't stop. It will always flare back up every time the stakes are high, there's fear going on, or that energy is just a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
She goes, I never feel comfortable around my mom. I didn't have a good relationship with her growing up, and still not. Well, see, that's exactly why Kay was like, well, what was your connection to your mom? Because it sounds like you were trying to vacate her area, her surroundings, her energy. You guys did not have that bond or connection. And that's not a bad thing. It's, sometimes parents can't handle their own lives, and unfortunately the people around them pay the price. And as you being having to live with your mother, you got some of that energy that didn't belong to you, and really kicked your ass. And she put, wow. Yes. And Cassidy says, happy Halloween, lovely.
Happy Halloween.
All right. But yeah, that dream is, those who sleepwalk when anxieties are high will always have that issue. So if you are somebody who know you slept walk, put your keys in a drawer. Make sure you lock your doors. Let any doctor know if you're taking any type of sleep medication that you are a sleepwalker. And because they need to know these things to keep you safe, because in your dream state, you're not paying attention to the actual presence of reality. You are in your head. You are processing. And unfortunately, when you process, when the anxieties are high, you're also physically processing as well. Yep. It's kind of crazy. My sister used to walk around all the time. She would wake me up and tell me people were in her closet. But she was sleeping the whole time. The bears. I'm like, where are these fucking bears? You just woke me up out of a dead sleep at 3 a.m. in the morning. She wouldn't wake my parents up. She always came to me.
You were her safe space.
I was the person that always made sure I protected her in school. She had a big mouth, and her brother was in high school, so she thought she could run her gator. So, I always had to make sure she didn't get punched.
Protect
her. Medication, thank God. I dream much, though. Also see things before they happen. Those are your premonition dreams. Those are where you will get deja vu later on. You'll dream about something, maybe not remember everything about the dream, then all of a sudden you feel like you're reliving a moment you've already lived. Yep. Oh, she's laughing because I said, so she didn't get punched in the face. It's true. Mouth. She had a very big mouth. Still does to this day. She don't have me to protect her on that anymore. Very different states. But yeah, guys, this has been beautiful and amazing, and I love everybody being here and being a part of our shows. Guys, make sure to catch our dream shows every Wednesday at midnight. It's always a blast being here with Kay and myself and all of you beautiful people. Kay, how are you feeling? It's been a long day.
Good. It has been. Happy November now.
I know. A 10,000 Kisses said, had a dream. Let's just go ahead and put it up here. Had a dream that was a lot like the Hunger Games. Am I just channeling Hunger Games? Well, sometimes 1,000 Kisses, we be maybe possibly watching a movie, or we've read a book, and it was right before we passed out. So symbolism that you related to in those dreams, you related to in the movies. So they can actually play a part, but not mean the same thing as the Hunger Games. It's just something you related to, or what those things. We would definitely need a lot more information about the dream. So we are going to come back next Wednesday. But 1,000 Kisses, please let us know all about that dream, because I would love to dissect that one.
Oh, yeah. Look, Cassie says, Kay, I adore your outfit. Thank you.
I have one too. Cassidy. And Love says, before my cat passed away, he told me it would happen in a waking state. My ex didn't believe me exactly what my cat told me. He ended up happening. And later I saw him in my dreams saying soon he will leave his body. And again, my ex didn't believe me. A lot of those things happen. A lot of those things happen. Those are those premonition dreams. Right. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me that those happen. And 1,000 Kisses says, I will try to remember by then. Please do. I would love to dive deep and to see all the symbolism and what that means. And Cassie says, Journey, you look amazing. Thank you. Just a little But guys, don't forget tomorrow or later on today at 6 p.m. Eastern, we've got Down the Rabbit Hole with Bunny Sugars. Make sure you're checking out her show. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we are here with Squirrel, Whispers of the Forest. So guys, make sure you're checking out her show, 10 o'clock. And then at midnight, don't forget, we're going to be here with Astrology Breakdown with myself, Squirrel, and Energy. Guys, it's going to be an absolutely amazing show. Guys, make sure you guys are having a great time and giving us those beautiful questions and asking all the astrology questions because we are here for it. Okay. But guys, this has been beautiful. Thank you so much. Kay, it's always a pleasure.
Always. Good night, guys.
Have a good night. Have a great night, guys. And I was saying what you were saying. Have a great night, guys, and we'll see you again next Wednesday.